Welcome everyone to MJ Hobby Corner. I'm MJ and I will be your host in this episode of Ask the Oracle. This is my personal little series, my journey into solo roleplay, and I'm testing out a bunch of different tools that I find online, both free and not free, and test them out, see what I like best. And so this is my personal account of this journey, and we'll be trying out a few role-playing games in the process. So today, before I go into the episode, if you want to help support the channel, you can definitely check out our YouTube memberships. You can also check out our Patreon, or hop on over to Wargames Vault and check out Scratch Builder Monthly, my own very little document for scratch building. All right, now moving on, here is my little setup for today's video, and I'm going to be trying out a new RPG. We'll go back to Easy D6. We can always go back and finish that up, the adventures of Raza and her bugbear companion. But for today, I want to do something a little different, and we're going to try out this game I've been wanting to try out for a while. This is a solo RPG. It is a free adventure system provided by oraclerpg.com, and this is a very cool website that I discovered a few months ago, and you can subscribe to them, and they will you will get free adventures, and you get their rule book, the little core rule book, free. Now, obviously, if you want to help support them, if you want to donate a little bit of cash to their cause, you can always buy them a coffee, and it's very well worth it. Buy them 2, 3, whatever, however many coffees you want. This is a really cool little system. But if you can't donate, you're still getting the material for free. So it's excellent, right? You'll get a series of PDFs when you first subscribe, and then you get an adventure weekly. It started slowing down. It's not weekly as much now, but I've been subscribed for several weeks, and I have quite a bit of material, so it's pretty cool. So what I will be playing today is Edge of the Empire Part 1, and there is a hex map that you get with this, and that's the map, the location map, where you can track your journey. And then this also uses some hex tools. I went over hex flower tools in a previous video. You can go check that out. But the hex tool is what documents your journey. And I use that in Easy D6 as a supplement. And I like the whole mechanic of the hex flower. It really does help visualize the journey. It gives it an almost board game like quality. So the mechanics is very simple. You're just following the instructions on the adventure book. You're going to read through the little text, and then it's going to tell you where to go. It's going to tell you to roll, whether you need to roll on a table or if you need to roll skill checks or whatever that is. So it's very simple. The combat mechanic is also very simple, and creating characters is very simple as well. So for this video, I won't go over all of that, but in a future video, we can go over that if people are interested. It really is just following the instructions on the rule book to create your character. And I have 2 characters created, a dark elf by the name of Feyral and a fighter by the name of Aaron. So, and he is human. And basically, you choose your race. One interesting thing is that this game does not have actual classes. Instead, it gives you a bunch of skills and talents, and you basically customize your character. So if you want a fighter, then you're going to give them skills and talents that would be more fighter type. If you wanted to be more of a mage, then you do the same for the mage. And some races are better at casting magic than others, like the Dark Elf, for example, has powerful connection to magic, and so they get bonus to their casting. So if you want a mage, a dark elf is a good race, although you can do a human mage if you wanted to. You just won't get that racial bonus that dark elves get. But that's okay, because you have plenty of other ways of customizing the character. So you can do any race and have them play any role. Fighter, cleric, anything like that. And before we check out the characters, I just want to say, spoiler alert. So if any of this sounds interesting right off from the beginning, then I'm giving you a spoiler alert, because I am using the adventure book and everything else. And a big thing about these games is the surprise, the element of surprise, which makes things interesting for you, which is why I'm not reading the stuff. I'm just going to go into it blindly and just roll as we go, and I'll have to stop filming in order to, get my battle maps ready and all that. But it's better that way so that I can enjoy, some of the surprise. Okay. To start playing, we're going to need the character sheets, and I have 2 character sheets here, one for Aaron, my human fighter, one for Feyral, my dark elf mage. And I decided to write my stats down, but there is a character sheet that you print out. And you can print that out and just write in the information. I also added this template to one of the character sheets. This is in case you get lost while traveling, and then you have to roll randomly to get out of a hex. So I just decided to add that. You will need dice, and you want a complete set. All right, from 1d4 all the way to 1d20. And then I have my pencil. These are going to be my measuring sticks, because I won't be using a hex board for the battle maps. So I'm just using these little measuring sticks. We begin on the small town of Elderburn. Elderburn is a friendly frontier town on the east coast of the landmass known as Caledonia. Isolated from the rest of the empire, this small town must often fend for itself. However, the empire has stationed a garrison here recently to protect the town from invaders. In this remote region of the empire, many adventurers seek the treasures left by the elder races. This has made Elderburn a friendly and welcoming town, where adventurers often cross paths and swap tales. Okay, so Elderburn looks to be a small frontier town, and we have several choices here. We can either visit the market, visit the mayor's mansion, visit Marek's arcane supplies. Ooh, that's interesting. So there's a couple of shops here. Visit the Horseshoe Tavern, visit the garrison, or explore the town. Now, if we want to, we can skip exploring the town or going to any of those areas and simply go to the next location, which is location 2 on our coastal map. Now, I don't have a lot of cash, a lot of gold left. Let's see. It looks like Aaron has 50 GP, and our mage has 210. So 260 in total GP. Not a lot to spend, but you know what? Why don't we go, first things first, let's go to Marek's arcane supplies. So Feyral and Aaron make their way to a small building. It's a very rustic looking building with a thatched roof. There is a large green sign outside that reads Marek's Arcane Supply Store. So Feyral opens the wooden door. It creaks open. She enters, leading the way, and Aaron follows. The door closes slowly behind them. There is the sound of wind chimes as the door closes. So Feyral can sense some very mild enchantments in this little shop. Now, the interior is very small. Obviously, this space cannot fit many patrons. It's a very specialized shop. She can see a shelf with rows of books and scrolls. There's a large flat bench right in front of her. An older gentleman with graying hair. He has a cloak over him, a brownish cloak, and he greets them very jovially. Welcome to Marek's Arcane Supply. How can I help you fine folks today? He says. Behind Marek, who is the shopkeeper, there is a very long shelf, a series of shelves with bottles and flasks, vials, and they all have different colored liquids in them. So obviously, this gentleman deals in potions. He also, if we check the list here, let's see, what else does he have in the store? He has wands, scrolls, and potions. So he has quite a few little things here that may be of interest to Farewell. There is a door that he keeps closed here. This area, there's a wall here, so they can't see into this small room. And there is a small wooden door there that is currently closed. So right now, this is the space that Farewell and Aaron can see. All right, so let's see the prices. Oh, so Farewell asks for a few things. The first thing she is curious about is possibly purchasing a healing potion. Now, Marek lists the potions that he has. He has a healing potion, a potion of stone skin, an exploding flask. So now we get to the prices, and as Farewell talks with the shopkeeper, he reveals that the healing potion, a vial that can heal, we'll say a flask actually, a flask that heals 1d6 hit points, costs 300 gold. Well, that will be 300 gold for the healing flask. Now that's pretty steep. How much for the bottle with the gray liquid? And what is that? She asks. Well, that is the stone skin potion. And that is worth 450 GP. Geez, that's expensive. Now the exploding flask is worth 100 GP. Now we just said that between Aaron and Farewell, there are 250 gold pieces. Not enough to get a healing potion. We can get a couple of exploding flasks. Now, when they explode when thrown, they do 1d6 damage in a 4x4 radius. The difficulty, saving throw, is needed at difficulty 13 to avoid damage, and range is 6. 6 1-inch units, so 6 inches. Okay, well, that sounds interesting, and that's a purplish fluid in the flask. I really do want a healing potion, though, especially since Farewell only has a health of 4. So we either get 2 exploding flasks, or we get 1 healing potion, and we try to barter with Marek here and see if we can get it for a lower price. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if I can use Farewell's persuasion, which is charisma based. That gives her a +1, and I'm going to roll on the Oracle. I'm going to try to take the price down to 250. We have 260. So 250, that'll leave us with 10 gold. So let's see. Will he accept the bargain? So she gets +1 on her persuasion. 5, 6. Yes, absolutely, he does. So he accepts to sell the healing potion at 250 gold. So I have to subtract that. Now we have only 10 gold between the two of us. But I do have a healing potion that I can add to Farewell. I'm going to give it to Farewell and put it on the gear. So we're going to have to make some money. We want to buy in this town. All right, so that was the first thing. She uses her persuasion. We rolled on the Fate Oracle, and the Oracle had spoken. And yes, Marek sells the healing potion at a discounted price. So he took off 50 gold. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so now I think Aaron is going to chat a little bit with Marek, since he seems pretty jovial and willing to give information. And we want to ask about this mysterious location that we're supposed to travel to, and that's Robber's Hollow. Okay, so we're going to ask Marek to see if he knows anything about this location. I'm going to roll on the Fate Oracle, and I think I'm going to say it's likely, so I'm going to give him a +1 because he is a shopkeeper, small shopkeeper, but I'm sure he's seen adventurers who come to his shop, and maybe he hears of rumors of what Robber's Hollow is. And is it a thieves guild? Okay, a 3 + 1 is a 4. Robber's Hollow is a labyrinth of caverns hewn into the rugged Scardos Mountains to the northwest of Elderburn. It's about a day's journey. So if we look at our map, which is great information, we look at our map, we see that Robber's Hollow is location 2, and it is right next to Elderburn to the northwest, and it is a day's journey away. So okay, very good. I think I'm satisfied. We can now leave the shop and see what happens. Before we go anywhere, I think we want to explore the town a little bit, just a little bit, and then I think we're going to want to move on to the next location. Fei Rao and Aaron don't need to rest at the moment. They're fully geared, and they're ready to go on a journey. The paragraph number, and I go to 23. Okay. And 23 reads, if you have the code word wolf, turn to 26 immediately. If you wish to continue exploring Elderburn, roll D100. Yeah, I don't have the code. I have no codes. I have no idea what that means at this point. So we are going to roll our percentile and see where we go next. So rolling the percentile, let's see, red is the 10s. So 80 looks like 86. 86 gives us 51 to 100. Turn to 25. Okay. 25 puts us right below. If you have the code word Alexi, no, we do not. Turn to 32 immediately. If you don't, but you have the code word wolf, turn to 26. I do not. And if you have neither code, read on. Okay, so 25. In a warehouse, you see a group of people gathering around the body of a deceased young woman. The guards are visibly shaken by the scene. One of them approaches you. This is the third time one of us has been killed inside the town walls, he says grimly. All the victims seem to have been killed by a wolf. But how would a wolf get inside the town gates? Aaron questions. And 3 times, no less. If you can lend us a hand in investigating these killings, Mayor Seville will certainly reward you. Ha! Now we gain the code word wolf, and then you turn to 1. Okay, I'm going to write code word wolf. So we return to paragraph 1, which is our Elderburn introduction. And now we have a code name, a code word, wolf, so we can come back to this at any point. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next location. But it seems like Elderburn has more than, there's more to Elderburn than we think. So there's been these killings, and this young woman is found dead. Wounded, bleeding. There's these like bite marks and gashes and claw marks, and this poor woman is dead. And apparently, according to the guard that have responded to it, this is the third killing. So there is something going on in Elderburn. Next location is called Robber's Hollow. So we reached the cavern mouth, and we have a hex tool here. This gem will represent Feyrile and Aaron as they move through the cavern, and each hex is a chamber or tunnel in the cavern. So let's begin. So this is the cavern mouth right here, the entrance, and the idea is to get to this objective. So as Aaron and Feyrile approach the mouth of the cavern, the sunbeams from the surface play across the glistening walls of the cavern, creating a cascade of color and light. The damp air clings to their skin like a cloak, and the distant sound of running water echoes through the tunnels with a haunting melody. Their senses are on high alert as they make their way deeper into the darkness, each step echoing against the stone floor like a heartbeat. Before Aaron and Feyrile lies a vast flooded chamber with walls stretching impossibly high above them. This is the cavern entrance here. The light from the surface dances and flickers over the water surface, stretching like a mirror before them. As they approach the center of the chamber, a deeper pool of water seems to be unnaturally still, as if some great force is holding it in check. As their eyes adjust to the gloom, they can see arcane symbols etched into the cavern floor. The intricate designs of those symbols seem to have a life of their own, like some ancient magic woven into the very fabric of the earth. Feyrile herself can feel the hairs on the back of her neck stand as if some unseen force is watching and waiting to pounce. Okay, and now the paragraph takes me to an encounter, so I have to roll a percentile dice to see what that encounter is. First, let me make the orange dice d10s. Okay, so we have 27. All right, 27 is a goblin wizard. Feyrile can see a hunched over figure of a goblin wizard etching symbols into the cave floor. He suddenly stops and looks at both Aaron and Feyrile in turn. I see I'm not alone. No matter, your heart will do nicely for my rituals. He turns to them and attacks. All right, we're now in combat with a goblin wizard. Okay, and here's our battle board for this encounter. This is a hand-painted board. So our goblin is right over here. This is our little wizard goblin right on that piece of terrain. And we have Feyrile and Aaron on this area here. And I'm going to be using my measuring stick. All right. So the first things first. Is there an opponent adjacent? This is the AI for the goblin. He attacks first. And no, that condition is not true. So we continue down. Can it move and attack an opponent? So it moves towards the closest opponent until within range 5 and attack with fireball. So he's going to move until he is range 5, and it could be either Aaron or Feyrile. We're going to say Feyrile. The little 5 mark there. And that puts him within 5 units of Feyrile, and he's going to attack with fireball. So he moves from his little space in the cavern where he was edging those arcane marks, and then attacks with fireball. And the fireball affects a 4x4 area, so like 4 centimeters. So they are within the range, so they are going to both be hit by this fireball. Okay, so let's see. First things first, we take a d20. It's a +2 to hit. He needs target number 12. So let's see if he passes the target number, +2. So he rolls a 9, +2 is an 11. And no, he misses. Okay, good. Very good. So the fireball goes wide and does not hit Aaron and Firel. So now it is Aaron's turn, and I think Aaron is, let me see, he can move a total of 6. So yeah, he has more than enough space. Here's the 5 mark right there. So right to where that line is going, definitely base-to-base contact. So Aaron is going to move and then make an attack with his sword. Aaron has a fight of 2, strength of 3, so that is a +5 to the combat roll, and the goblin's armor is 12, so not very armored. Let us see. So +5 to the roll. This shouldn't be too bad. All right, 19 +5. Now that would have been nice if it was a 20. So definitely a hit. And now he has a long sword. So let me see. The damage for a long sword is a d8. So rolling for damage, a d8. We rolled a 7. Now the goblin only has health points 4. So Aaron charges in with his long sword and swings just as he contacts the goblin with a loud yell. And his sword cleaves the goblin in 2. So basically that is the end of this little goblin wizard who tried to attack us. All right, so that was an easy encounter. I'm sure that not all of the encounters will be like that. We're in chamber 2. We have the option of going to 4 or 5. Why don't we try to go into 4? So I'm going to roll again, see if I can get out of this hex. And again, Firen's perception is a 2. And I think Aaron is going to assist her with a 2. So it's a +4, and I need a 15, just like before. Okay, we rolled a 13 +4. Oh, yeah. Very good. So we are able to move into 4. We haven't gotten lost. Very good. So now we read Cavern Chamber 4. As Aaron and Firen delve deeper into the winding caverns, their torchlight flickers and dances across the damp stone walls. Then Aaron's heart skips a beat. Before them lies a vast cavern. Its every nook and cranny filled with glistening cobwebs. The strands are thick and sticky. Aaron can feel them brushing against his face and hands as the two cautiously make their way through the web-filled chamber. The air is thick with the cloying scent of decay and neglect, and you can help but wonder what kind of spider could have spun such a vast web. Aaron and Firen see a massive venomous spider in the chamber ahead. It is spinning a cocoon around its latest prey. The moment they enter the lair, they set off vibrations along the cobwebs. Suddenly, the spider drops his prey and goes into attack mode. So let's pull out a card for Firen. She has a 12. Aaron has a 13. And the spider has a 3. Okay. Okay, so Aaron is going to move first since he has the highest initiative. And he's going to move a total of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's going to move right here. And that completes his move. That's all he can do. He's not in any proximity yet to the spider. So he has his long sword out. Now Fei Rin is next on our initiative track. I think she's going to move to the side, not head directly towards the spider. And so she's going to move here and stop right there. So the spider moves in 6. I'm going to measure to the base of the head. So that is roughly there. So Aaron is the closest opponent now that the spider moved. And so it's going to attack it with webbing. Range is 6. That's the 5 mark right there. So yes, he is in range. +4 to hit. Range 6, single target. And if hit, the target is restrained by webbing and cannot move from the location until they succeed in a strength saving throw at difficulty 13. Okay, so let's see what happens. So D20 +4, and what is Aaron's armor is a 12. Ooh, yeah, he doesn't have very high armor. So let's see, a 9 +4 is a hit. Okay, so that is a 13. So yes, now Aaron is restrained unless they succeed in a strength saving throw. So next turn, Aaron's going to have to succeed at a saving throw. And now, continuing down, what other things can the spider do? Move towards the closest opponent until within range 1 and attack with venomous bite. Is that condition true? Yeah, so it is. That condition can be true because Aaron is definitely within the strike range of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we already established that with webbing. So spider's going to move right into Aaron. Okay, so the spider attacks Aaron with venomous bite. Oh, man. Okay, and melee attack +4 to hit. 9 +4 is 13. Yes, Aaron's armor is a 12, so yes, it does hit. Oh, and Aaron gets bit. It is 1d6 damage. Aaron takes 5 points of damage. His health is 8. So Aaron only has 3 health left. Oh boy. Aaron is poisoned and takes 1 damage for the next 2 rounds. So yeah, unless I have an antidote, which I don't. So okay, that is it for that. Poor Aaron is now poisoned. Fei Ryle yells out some arcane words, and her hand begins to glow, and a dark bolt of pure eldritch energy launches from her hand and strikes the spider. Well, hopefully it strikes the spider. So she has, let's see, a magic level of 3. Magic is both the skill and the level of the caster. So she has 3, and her intelligence is also 3. So to the roll, I'm going to add a 3 intelligence. 3 + 3, which is her skill level. And +1 because she is a dark elf. So that's a +7 on the dice, and the difficulty of the spell is a 12. So she needs a 12 or over, +7. 9 + 7, yes, that is a 16. She definitely hits. And the damage is now level 3 because of her magic skill. Because her magic level is a 3, she rolls a d8 for damage. And she rolls a 6. So the Eldritch Blast hits the spider, doing 6 damage. I believe that kills it. I don't see any magic resistance to the spider, so it only has 6 health, and the Eldritch Blast is enough to literally fry it. It explodes in a bright array of magical energy, and it simply turns over on its back. Its legs retract, and it is dead. Fei Rin, I think, is going to assist Aaron because Aaron is all webbed up. Now that the spider is dead, he needs to roll a strength 13. I think she's going to assist him with her strength of 1. So this way he'll have a +4 to his difficulty roll. And it is a strength check. Okay, he rolls a 17 +4. And yes, he is free of the web and can now move around, but he's still wounded, of course. Unfortunately, Aaron is still poisoned, so he's going to take a point of damage this round and probably the next round as well. So a point of damage. He only has 3 health left. That leaves him with 2. And unfortunately, I have no antidotes. I think Feyral is Feyral this round, now that the spider's dead, is going to give Aaron the potion, and he is going to drink it as a free action. The potion, healing potion, is a D6, so at least I can regain some hit points, even though I'm still going to take 1 more point of damage from it. So 4 hit points, that's going to be down to 3 because I take another point of damage, but 3 + 2 brings me to 5. So at least he's over, he's at health 5. And we don't have any more healing potions, so oh, this is gonna be rough. So we are now in this center chamber here, and we have several options of tunnels to go through. And these, of course, are all chambers. So I think I'm going to go straight to my objective. There's a tunnel here. So let's see if we make it. Perception check. And again, Aaron is going to assist Feyral, who's doing the check, to make sure we don't get lost, or to aid us a little bit more. So that is a +4. I need a 15 or over. 17. And yes, we are able to locate the correct tunnel and move right into the objective. Okay, we are at the objective now, but let's see what happens. As Fei Rin and Aaron make their way through the winding caverns, their senses on high alert for any sign of danger, they suddenly catch sight of a flickering light up ahead. As they draw closer, they can make out the unmistakable shape of pitched tents and the crackling of a roaring fire. With a sense of growing unease, they edge over closer, their eyes scanning the darkness for any sign of danger. Okay. And now we roll an encounter because I don't have one of the conditions that the scenario asks for, which is if you're here for Bertold the Merciless, turn to 2 immediately. If not, roll D100 for encounter. So we're rolling a random encounter. We're going to roll a D100 because I don't satisfy one of the conditions. I don't know who Bertold the Merciless is. I'm guessing that happens depending on the choices you make in the town. So yeah, you got to get certain codes and stuff. So rolling the encounter, I think I'm going to make the dark die the 10s. And it is 61, which 1 through 75 is a bandit captain. Okay, and here is the battle board for this little scene. This is a large chamber. So we have Feyral and Aaron here. And then we have the bandit captain here by a roaring fire, and there's his tent. And it says, the captain of a local bandit gang has made this place his hideout. The bandit captain is sitting alone and is completely unaware of both Aaron and Feyral. So I'm thinking they probably don't know right now that he is the captain of a local gang. We will probably find that out later. That's what I'm going to say, because they just see this individual sitting there. And I'm going to assume that he gets hostile as soon as he sees us. Fayryle and Aaron decide to try and talk to him, and he just becomes hostile, does not really want to talk. He's pretty much, this is my hideout, and these are intruders, so he's gonna attack. So we will conduct initiative next time, and I'm sorry that it's a cliffhanger, but I have to stop it here. Well, I'm sorry guys, I know this is a cliffhanger, but I have other things. I'm trying to get a few videos filmed today. We're batch filming, and so I'm going to end it right here. It's a cliffhanger, but we're going to see in the next video how Aaron and Fayryle fare out in this cavern. Now, we've reached the objective, which is basically where the boss is, or where the main thing that we have to solve occurs. I came into this a little bit different because I didn't stay very long in the town of Eldarin. And so I think if you continue to explore Eldarin in the beginning, you're going to get more code words, you're going to get more information, which is then going to allow you to go a different path in the cavern, okay? So I didn't have any of that because I just wanted to leave Eldarin and get adventuring, and so I came directly to location 2. You could still play through it because there are choices in the paragraphs, as we have seen, if you played it that way, So if you didn't stay in Eldarin for very long, you just came straight to Robber's Hollow, there are options that then guide you to the different choices depending on the choices you made in Elderburn. So yeah, an interesting mechanic. I like it because it gives you, with all the rolls and all the tables, it's a little more three-dimensional, for lack of a better word. So we will continue in the final video. We will continue with the adventures of Aaron and Fayryle. I kept calling her Fayrin. I'm sorry about that. Oh, my brain. So Fayryle is her name, and I kept calling her Fayrin. So I do apologize. But Fayryle and Aaron will continue in the next video, and we'll see whether they slay this opponent or not. Aaron has been injured, and he's down some hit points. So we're going to have to go back to town after this, I think. We're not going to continue journeying. We're going to go back to Elderburn and rest up and heal up, I think. So, but we'll see what happens in the cavern. See you next video. Thank you very much for your support. And yeah, we'll talk very soon. Bye now.